She knows do not do these mind games with him, do not play with him, and she's on the verge of losing you or she actually lost you. It all comes down to you stepping back after she's gotten your warning. And the warning that you've given her could easily look like you telling her, like, I don't do that type of stuff, or you want to play those games, play with somebody else. So, for one, you want to be able to communicate how you feel and not in a soft or like let me give you this example of like, I really want to be with you and I just need you to not give me this attitude every time you're mad. You can give me attitude any other time, but when you're mad about this, don't give me attitude. Now, the reason why I gave this example is because what is your boundary? If your boundary is don't give me crazy attitude, she should be adjusting how to, as a woman, communicate in a soft manner of, you're upsetting me right now, I need some time to myself. Or you're upsetting me right now, let's just break down what's the issue and try to understand each other. And let me just elaborate a little bit more. She could say to you afterwards, you make me feel like I'm unheard, or you make me feel like you have other things that is more of a priority. I understand that your work is very important, your gym is very important, loving your family, you're very family orientated. However, I do still want some time given to the both of us to do things. We used to do a lot of things in the beginning of our relationship. Can we find ways to add one thing to do together each month, or the time that you're the most free? So I know I kind of elaborated kind of like on the longer side, but I want you to understand that that is a real good communicative talk right there. It's not the yelling, it's not the she's checking you, going off on you. So let me just let me go backwards for a second. So when we talk about, let's say if you are there and you're dealing with this woman, figure out your boundaries. Your boundaries, whatever it is, you have it. She has to know it. You go from there. And then the first thing, as far as like when she's gotten the warning, if you want her to sincerely be about you, miss you, and know that she's done some wrong, you have to live up to that warning that you've given out. So it could be direct or indirect, but she has to get a sense of you're getting fed up. Because what women will do will push you. And if you're like soft, if you're going to be on a simp tip, then what's going to happen is you're going to get all the way pushed and you're going to end up stumbling. Not that you can't bounce back from that, but you don't want it to get to that extent, because if she starts building up how she believes you are, she's going to try to make it the most challenging to get the most out of you, instead of having to, let's say, check herself or adjust herself, because it is a hard thing to do oftentimes, especially for women. And so I say this to say, don't be the guy that gets pushed around. Be the guy that, okay, she wants to be out here living her best life. She wants to give out her number. Okay, my boundary is I want a loyal woman. I don't want a woman that's going to give out her number to other guys. I don't want a woman that I feel like I'm competing for, or a woman that other men feel like they can have. So basic boundaries there put into place. If you say this to her, or you give her an idea of what your ideal woman is, and she's crossing it, this is where anything like no contact, let's say putting some sort of distance into place. Sometimes it is ignoring, sometimes it is walking away. Whatever you got to do as far as the strategic way to do it, you got to now focus on that, because this is where women now get the chance to self-reflect, which is very important, because this does not happen often while you guys are together, and you might come off too aggressive or too strong, or you're yelling at her, and it's only going to really backfire you, because then she's going to throw things in your face like you did this, you did that, when if you didn't do it, you're fully 100% right and she can't deny it. And remember, she's going to try to deny it, so you just, even if you're right, even if you had to go off or get it out or whatever your reasoning is, whatever sounds valid to you, you still have to be trying to communicate the best logical way that just generally makes sense, that can generally be healthy. But of course, relationships are different in sorts of ways, dynamics do change, etc. Before I continue on, if you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, please go ahead and do so. Comment your opinions, comment if you want a part 2 and your stories, and question of the day, question of the video is going to be. Do you feel like your boundaries are clear? And to add on, do you feel like your boundaries get tested? And it's self-reflection as well, because I want y'all, as you're thinking about the answer to this and you're looking back, kind of going through memory lane for a second, how has your experience been like? Has she pushed you to the edge? Has she tried you? Or do you feel like you've actually met a very respectable woman? So take the time to think about that. And before we get right to the end, because I am closing off, always go ahead and check out the links. There's always new updates, new things on my website, and Patreon, constantly new videos, YouTube membership, all that good stuff. Links are there. So let me just go to the wrapping up of, you have to really get that if you want to have power and you want to be back to that man that is the one that some men really want to call the shots. Some men just want to be like, no, like, she could call a lot of the shots. It doesn't matter. But when I say call the shots, or the one that is, let's say, having the relationship, let's say, I want to really use that you get to be the man and she gets to be the woman. So let me just simplify it to say that. So if you want that type of dynamic, don't budge or don't compromise your feelings where you have to give in order for her to say, okay, I'll change or I'll give you more. If you already are standing on, let's say, business, and you already have requirements and expectations and you don't want to lower your standards, make sure you're living up to that. As I explained what to do in the beginning, if you follow that through, now you then have a woman missing you and wanting to gravitate back towards you and wanting to be a part of your life. So don't overcomplicate it for yourself and don't let her get the best of you. Y'all got this. Take care of yourselves. I love y'all, and I will be talking to y'all very soon. Bye, y'all.
So you have going on. It could be about anything, self-improvement, back to dating. Consultations are available for that. Book your consultation. Let's get on the line and talk about what's going on with you. Click that link after this video.
Sleep affirmations so you could become that powerful man, and it is recorded in my voice, and I give you the strongest affirmations to overall become that man and subconsciously become powerful. So let's get into these books. Get a track woman you want and get her to miss you, along with secrets to winning her over, and it tells you about cold approaching. It tells you my personal stories, and if you're trying to up your game in the dating game, these books are going to be perfect for that, and you could get it all in a bundle deal. Make sure you click the link down below. Self-improving in the process. This is so serious. This is why I have a whole no contact guide and journal available. Y'all could go ahead and purchase it. If you need somewhere to start off, then you need all the breakdowns, all the insight, the information, and I have structure in there, help you, prompts, things that will tell you you got this, but it'll give you also reasons why, and I have stories in there that tells you why no contact has worked for people, all types of stuff. It's so detailed, y'all. That's how much information I made sure to put in there. Step up no contact, or if you need somewhere to start and you need something to help you, this is like me guiding you as you go through no contact. That's how I customized it for y'all. So you can check that out by clicking the link down below. See what you could do with no contact, how far you could do it. Just learn everything, have the guidance and accountability partner. Although I'm not actually there, you'll feel that sense from this journal and guide.